Hey, welcome to Books Are Sick. I am Nick, here with another desk video. At my desk, I am going to talk to you about stuff. I've got some reading updates, some book haul. I saw Weapons. I'm going to be spoiler free, but I'm going to talk about Weapons briefly because I have to, and some other such stuff. So we're going to have a one-sided conversation where I do all the talking, so you can settle in, and I will start doing that. The first thing I do, unfortunately, need to mention is my book club. I'm sorry, I don't love doing this, but unfortunately it's become apparent to me that if I want this to be my thing, like if I want this to be my job in my life fully, I do need to start mentioning my things a little more often. So I'm going to mention it. The best way to support me, honestly, is by joining my book club. The link is down below. It's hosted over on Patreon, which gives you access into the Discord, and it's turned into, honestly, a pretty incredible group of people. I'm not trying to sell it. It really has turned into a pretty phenomenal group of people that, are from all walks of life. We've got people who work in the book world. We've got people who are morticians. There's a very dynamic group of people there. And what's so cool too is it's become so tight knit that in recent months, when members have had like a hardship hit them, we try to rally around them and we try to like do something nice for them, and it's pretty amazing. And again, it is also the best way to support me. So if that is anything you ever wanted to do, that's available to you, and you get to join the book club. It's going to be fun. We're actually, for the month of September, the poll is going to be going up soon. We're going to be doing End of the World. End of the World is our theme for September. I cannot wait. We're going to have books like Severance, Swan Song by Robert McCammon, and we're going to see which book ends up winning. I'm excited. And then for October, we're just doing straight up horror, but it's going to be more of the occult flavor. So I'm looking forward to that as well. So we got some fun months coming up. For this month, we are reading There by Tommy Orange, and that is it's just you get some extra content, you get some access to stuff, and I think it's really good. The link is there. No pressure, okay? Had to mention it. I do apologize. Jumping right into all the other stuff. First up, I gotta tell you. Second up, I guess I should say, I gotta tell you about how amazing mood reading is. Like, I don't know why I ever try to give myself a schedule. I know I'm not a schedule person. I don't do well under time frames. I just don't. I never have for my entire life. I just don't work well that way. But if you just let me loose into the world, I'll get like 10 times as much done. So that is what I'm doing. I'm mood reading my way through this month, and it's been great. Like, for example, just a few days ago, my buddy Stu was like, I'm going to be reading The Talisman. And I was like, I don't want to read The Talisman. So I was like, I'm going to read The Talisman. So I picked up The Talisman, which, if you don't know, is by Stephen King and Peter Straub. And it's a book I've been wanting to pick up for some time. And I did not realize how big this book is. This is a long book. If you had asked me on the fly before I had picked it up how long it was, I maybe would have guessed like 300 or 400 pages, but this is over 600. Sorry, this is close to 800 pages. It is a beefy book. I believe the audiobook is about 30 hours. So just if you're going to be diving into it, be prepared. It is on the longer side for sure. I'm approaching the halfway mark. I just started a few days ago, approaching the halfway mark. I'm on page 331 right now, chapter 20, Taken by the Law. And I am just fully absorbed by this book. It is so fantastic. If you have read any of the Dark Tower books, you are going to absolutely love this, because here, let me give you like a really kind of broad lay of the land here. We are following this kid whose mom is dying, and he is told by this man that if he goes into this alternate world to find the talisman, it can help heal his mom. So we are going on a journey through our world and through this alternate world of him just trying to find the talisman to save his mom. And it's basically just a big, weird adventure journey so far. I've just met the character Wolf, and I think Wolf might be a new top 5 favorite character of mine. Wolf is incredible. I don't know. I know the Talisman is hyped, but man, this is good. Like, this is really good. I feel like it's underhyped. You know, this is, again, I'm only approaching the halfway mark, but my goodness, so far, such a wild ride, so entertaining, great characters, great pacing. Great pacing if you like Stephen King and his rambliness and him kind of going off the beaten path for no reason, which I do like. You'll like. It's The Talisman, Stephen King, Peter Straub. I fully intend to jump into The Black House right after. And what's exciting is he is currently working on the third Talisman. I guess Peter Straub gave him, Stephen King, the idea for a third book before his passing. And Stephen King has finally ran with that idea. And I think that book is probably going to be coming out next year, which I'm guessing, but I'm based on kind of what I'm seeing, I would assume that book will be hitting us next year. So I'm excited to be prepared to just dive right into it because, man, Talisman rules, dude. I would highly recommend it. It's not going to be for everyone, but again, if you like Dark Tower books, if you like weird, mystical Stephen King, you're going to friggin' love it. So that is what I'm currently reading at the moment. I'm also reading The Fire Inside by James Baldwin. I am halfway through that. It's a really short book, but I'm only halfway through. Very powerful, very heavy. I will have more to say on that once I finish the whole thing, but wow. What a... that guy... Dude, I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with James Baldwin. That guy can do no wrong to me. Also a book I finished. This is Homegoing by Jesse. This is one of our book club books for the month of July. This is a great book. It's not like a book I've ever read because each chapter we're following someone new. So basically what's happening here is we're in Ghana. There are these two sisters that don't know they are sisters. They never meet each other. They don't know the other person exists. And they both basically go on these two very different journeys, very different paths in life. And each chapter, so the first two chapters, we're following each one of them. And then we follow their children and their generations of family that come afterwards. And we kind of see where they both end up. And it's totally fascinating. I've never really read a book like this. And I won't lie, at the very front here, there is a family tree, which is so helpful once you start reading it. I hope that shows up there. There's a family tree there. But I won't lie, when I first dove into this book and I saw that, I was like, oh man, I'm confused already. I feel like this is overwhelming. There are so many names, so many people, but once you dive into it, it's really not that bad. But this chart is very, very helpful to come back to, just to kind of remind yourself, like, which line am I on now? Which sister am I following? But just to totally, some very horrifying, sad, dark moments and some beautiful moments as well. It's not too long, just under 300 pages, but man, packs quite the punch. Jesse, what an author. I cannot wait to read more by her. This is, yeah, I'm just going to show that there. Highly, highly recommend picking that one up this year at some point and giving it a read because it is absolutely fantastic. What else can I talk to you about? I'll talk to you about some book pickups maybe. I've got quite a few here. I've got these ones. Is that it? Maybe that's it. I think this is it. This one here, this was on a staff pick shelf. This is called Cranford by Elizabeth Gaskell. I'll show that one up there. I've never seen this before. I've never heard of it, but people are now telling me that this is a TV show. I had no idea, honestly. I don't really watch TV, so I didn't know that was a thing, but this seems like a very fun, cozy book about some women in an English Victorian town, I guess, that they kind of, it's just them going about their days and kind of like, you know, keeping up appearances and having their little inside jokes and kind of keeping up with dramas in the community. And it just seems kind of something that's up my alley, you know, maybe a bit of a refreshing classic read. So Cranford by Elizabeth Gaskell. That was on a staff pick shelf at the bookstore. I'm excited to jump into that one. I picked this one up, honestly, just because I thought the cover was really pretty, but I do want to read this author because it's kind of a must. This is James Joyce's A Portrait of the... I can never say this right. A Portrait of the Artist as a Young Man. And I'll show you that cover there. Absolutely beautiful. It also has these really nice kind of inner things here as well. And yeah, I've never read James Joyce before, so I'm excited to do that. I don't know if that's a great place to start. Ulysses, maybe? I'm not sure. You guys let me know. Ulysses is James Joyce, right? People are gonna get mad at me. I can't remember. I also picked up this one here. I love these covers, by the by. It's the same cover collection from that James Joyce one. This is called the Penguin Classic Deluxe Editions. This is called White Noise by Don DeLillo. And I had not heard of this, but apparently a lot of people have. And I don't know. It's weird. It's one of those books I saw and I was like, I've never heard of that, but apparently it's quite popular. This is the 25th anniversary edition. And this is a satire, I believe, about the modern world and technology taking over our lives and our obsession with dying. And I think we're just following this family as they kind of make their way through the world or something like that. There's like maybe some new airborne illness that hits. I haven't read it, right? So I can't say for sure, but I've heard it's really, really good. This cover is just amazing. Absolutely love that. Excited to dive into this one. The guy, this was also on a staff pick shelf, and the guy was there and saw me checking out with it, and he was like, oh, and he was like, oh my gosh, it's so good. He was really, really hyped on it, which got me even more hyped on it. But looking forward to that one. I also picked up this one here. This is Last Words from Montmartre. This is an NYRB book. I don't know a whole lot about this one. I know the author passed away quite young in the mid-90s, and I believe this is a love story, but a very chaotic love story. I'll have more to say once I finish it. I love picking up NYRB books anytime I see them, and I hadn't. It's a new one that I've never seen before. And that's not a very long read. That's got to be under 100, eh? Would you say? 120? Yep. Not that that matters, you know? Talisman, 800 pages. The Basketball Diaries here is the last one I have to show you. This is by Jim Carroll. And The Basketball Diaries is that the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio? I cannot remember. Am I an idiot? I might be thinking of something else. But this is a really quick read. The margins on this one are like, oh yeah. So I'm excited to read that one. I've heard really great things about it. So those are some book pickups that I've recently picked up. What more can I tell you? I can tell you, for my WWE fans out there that tune in, I got the honor to meet Bret Hart a few days ago. Bret the Hitman Hart, probably my favorite wrestler. I mean, he's at least top 3 for me. I absolutely adore this man. He can be a bit of a polarizing figure in the WWE world because, you know, he does talk a lot of trash. He does, like, still daily almost, you know. If you bring up Bill Goldberg, he will not hesitate to let you know how much he despises that man. And he's very critical of certain wrestlers, but I love him. He's so pure to me, you know, like he doesn't care. He does not care. He's just like, no, this is how I feel, so deal with it. And yeah, it was a painfully long line, I will say, with children. You know, my kids were really excited to meet him as well. A very, very long line, but we did eventually get up to see him, and very stoked that I got this Bret the Hitman Hart, the Bart Foundation magazine that I picked up, signed by him. You can see his signature right there. Yeah, coolest thing I probably own at the moment. So Bret Hart was cool. He was actually pretty personable. Talked to us for a brief minute and signed the thing and sent us on our way. Cool guy. Very, very exciting moment for us. So, and for me. Also, what can I say WWE wise? I mean, the Seth Rollins cash in, I haven't talked about it. That was probably the biggest moment of SummerSlam, biggest moment for me. Such a cool thing, such a cool work. Did not see it coming. When I watched it, I was like, okay. When his music came on, I was like, oh, sick, like Seth's showing up. And then when he came out with the crutches, I would assume most people were like, oh, he's just kind of showing his face to be like, don't forget about me. I'll be back. But when he turned around and Paul Heyman stayed, I was like, wait, hold on. And then when he froze, I was like, oh, no shot. And when he dropped the I had a panic attack. It was the coolest thing. That was my favorite moment of SummerSlam. Probably the best cash in recent memory. I absolutely loved it. So very, very cool. And yeah, they were just recently in Canada. I was tempted to go to the Montreal show, but just couldn't really realistically make it happen. It's about a 5.5 hour drive. Kids, dogs, money. Couldn't do it. So yeah, that's my WWE update. Let's talk quickly though about Weapons, because there's this new movie out called Weapons. You've probably heard of it. And you know, it's obviously, again, I've said polarizing a few times, but it's a polarizing movie because it's a movie, you're either going to love it, like it, or hate it. Which I guess goes for every single movie ever made. So I don't know if that's actually polarizing. I will say that I liked it quite a bit. I'm going to say I liked it quite a bit. I had a really great time watching it. I do have some nitpicky things, I guess, about it. Some things I maybe didn't love a lot about it, but it's so creative, it's so unique, and kind of like Homegoing, it's separated into chapters. We're following a different person for every section, and it's kind of replaying the same timeline with a different character, which is actually something I don't always really like, but I do think it worked for this one. I loved the Stoner Guys section. I thought that was the most hilarious one for me, and I can't really say too much about it, I guess, without being spoilery. Not really much of a horror, I would say. Maybe more of a psychological thriller with a lot of comedic elements. Probably the most impressive thing for me about that movie is how it was able to be quite funny in some of the very serious moments. That's very hard to do, I think, but I feel like Weapons pulled it off quite well, and it really worked, I thought, for me. The ending is what everybody's going to be talking about because the ending is wild. The ending is wild. I loved it. I thought the ending was full. I was really excited to get to it because I was like, okay, we've seen every single character. This is fleshed out as can be. Let's get going here. And I thought the ending was great. Very again, a few things I would change, or maybe like I would have liked to have seen done differently, but really, really solid. There's one scene in particular where there's a neighbor kind of looking across his lawn at something happening. That was the funniest moment for me. And yeah, maybe I'll leave it at that. Weapons, I'll give it like a solid 7.7 out of 10, I'm going to say. I really, really liked it a lot. And I would highly recommend going to see it and seeing what you think. It's very different, very unique, and it's a very creative horror-ish psychological thriller movie that I want to see these movies being made at a much higher rate because they are just so entertaining and so good and so different and so refreshing. So, yeah, super solid. What else can I say? That might be it for this, maybe. Did I write anything else down? No, that's it. That's all I got to say. So again, the book club is down below if you guys want to join. This coffee is from Rooney's. This coffee is delicious. And, oh, you know what else I was going to say about Weapons is we were kid-free last night, and so we went to a 10 p.m. showing. Oh, my gosh. Like, I don't know how people do this. Like, I forgot. Like, my wife and I kind of looked at each other. We were like, we're kid-free. Like, we could. But it was like the idea of going out at 10 p.m. was so absurd. And, you know, we didn't get home until like 12:30. Crazy town. I don't know how people are doing that, but we did it. Okay, that's all I have today. Love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.